Good afternoon. It's Brian Monahan here with Elevate Your VQ. Hey, I thought we'd try something different today. Hey, I'm finishing up another week of the series Elevate Your VQ. And what that means is virtual quotient as it relates to meetings and events. So I kind of offered up something big earlier this week. I was going to tell you about what Brian's got back, and I was going to give you 3 topics as it related to the word back. We covered one of those earlier in the week, and I didn't get to the other 2. So I'm going to pick those up today. I do have another topic I want to talk about in the virtual, and it's called self-unconscious. And I just want to share a little insight I had today about what I think a lot of people are experiencing as we pivot or shift to the virtual. So the 2 other topics I didn't cover was I talked on Monday about a backup plan, and that's always important. The second topic would be what is your back end? Do you have back end communication channels? If you're only communicating via your Zoom call or your broadcasting network, you're probably not going to be able to make the necessary changes that need to be done and have a robust experience in the live. You need to have a secondary channel, possibly Discord or some kind of other app like that. The third area is, and I'm actually not doing my best in that, is to think about your background. It's no longer valid just to have your 4th bedroom in the background. You need to come up with interesting backgrounds, professional backgrounds, because the new normal, which I'm actually calling the new amazing, requires that you actually take it up a notch. After this pandemic period starts to settle down a little bit more, and people start to return to some norms. We're not returning to what we used to, but they're going to have a higher expectation. You may be broadcasting in your shorts. You may be broadcasting from your porch, whatever that might be, but you need to take it up a notch. But to finish up the week, and that's what I want to do on Fridays, is talk about some of the insights I've had about the virtual or whatever we're experiencing as it relates to events and things like that. And so I realize that we're in a period of being self-conscious, and a lot of people have negative connotations about being self-conscious. And I actually think it's a positive thing. I think many of us have been self-unconscious. And what I mean by that is we've been tied up in all of our work. Most companies in the event space have said we were on target to have our best year ever. We had our best quarter ever, and now we are having obviously our worst quarter ever. So we were tied up in the execution of our events, and we were unconscious to new deliverables, new ideas. And so we were just running hard, running fast. And so now that we've had what's being coined by many as the great pause, an opportunity to stop and reflect. And the word reflect is not by accident here. We're actually getting to see ourselves on camera all day. Many of us 8, 9, 10 hours a day, seeing ourselves in a live environment. And it wears you out. You look at yourself. It's like looking at a mirror for 8 hours a day. And so I think we start to ask we're self-conscious, like, how am I showing up? What kind of message do I have? And how do I take it to the next level? And so I think a lot of us are disturbed. We're not used to being with that much spotlight. And so as you go into the new virtual, I encourage you to really become aware of the feelings that are coming up and how you're feeling when you're broadcasting and what's your content about. I know for me, I continually to improve. I continue to evolve, but it takes work. It takes practice. And so many of us, this is relatively new. And so don't beat yourself up about it if you're feeling self-conscious. It's actually a good thing. It means you're aware, you're awake. And so as we move forward into the new virtual VQ, is just know that it's okay. You're awake, you're aware. And I think that's why so much great progress is being made, because with this pause, we've had an opportunity to become awake. And so I look forward to the journey with you. I'll see you next week with Elevate Your VQ. Got a number of great topics on board for next week, and we'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Be with your family, be with your loved ones. Take care of yourself.